13. Tell me about when you first met Jon.
Oh, wow. When I first met Jon, I heard all these wonderful things on how he can fool anybody. His quick hands, and this all has to do nothing about football, but all about cards and being almost like a magician. I mean, I guess that's what you can call him. Some of the things that he did at my son's foundation, our big banquet, had everybody in awe. From, my wife, and this is one that really totally flipped me out, is my wife standing there and he's doing all these tricks, and of course he knew who my wife was and talking back and forth and showing all these things, and about 10 minutes later he says, Jill, do you have the time? She says, my watch. He goes, would this happen to be your watch? But the amazing thing about it, it's one of those watches that, you have to put it through the little hole like a belt and tie it. It's a heavy, big, thick one, and it's about this much too long. So you really have to work at getting it. And I could not believe that he took it off her wrist. And that was just one of many people throughout the course of the night that he took their watch off their wrist.
That's amazing.
It's scary. It's scary.
Had you heard about Jon and his magic before he was with the Bills?
No, I didn't. As a matter of fact, I'd never heard of him before. I think even some people, just talking to some people around here, if as far as his football, if he was good, in football as he was his magic, he'd be all-pro first team. He's a very good long snapper, but his magic definitely would make Pro Bowl honors.
So you think have you seen other magicians perform?
I've seen David Copperfield. I've seen a number of magicians. Most of them on the big stage, and of course you go to some of these things where they're able to make your glasses, your sunglasses or your glasses you wear, rise and things like that. But I've never seen anybody do so many different things like Jon was able to do. From the watch to the card tricks to just so many amazing things that I told him, I said, hey, anytime I have an event, feel free. You got an open invitation every single time, because it all started with like 2 or 3 people around him. All of a sudden there's 15 people, 20 people, 30, and all of a sudden nobody was listening to the band. Everybody was listening to Jon.
He's good with people too. We saw him yesterday at the Historical Society with kids, 3rd, 4th graders from the schools. And he was just great with kids. He's such a natural people person and performer. He is.
And a lot of it, no matter what you do, it's presentation. He presented so well. He's very well spoken. People loved him, whether it's a 75-year-old couple, or whether it's somebody out having a few beers at the bar, or whether it's kids. He hits every single age group, and that's entertainment.
How do you think his abilities with magic will translate to abilities with football?
I have no idea. Maybe by showing your head coach or your special teams coach enough that they fall in love with you as far as some of the things you do, and maybe there's a little brown nosing in it for him too. But it really comes down to, on the football field, if you get the job done, you're going to play. If you don't, you're not. With him, with magic, there's no doubt I can see big things coming from him.
Yeah, he'd like to go on doing more magic shows. I guess when he's retired from football, he's done stuff in Vegas. How does his personality come through when he's doing his magic?
Well, that's the whole thing. When you do something just to keep your audience entertained, keep their focus on you and what you're trying to do, but it's just not, like you said before, it's a presentation. It's how you do it. He just knows how to get their attention. He knows how to lure you in, and boy, he sucks you in so good that you're amazed what he's able to do with all of his tricks. I mean, it's just not 1 or 2. He's just got so many, and you always, just like everybody else, just show me one. Show me how you do one. And of course, he shows you the easy ones, the ones that are so overwhelming. Of course, he doesn't show you, but hopefully, one of these days he'll give us a little clinic on some of them.
What was Jill's reaction when he did this trick?
Give me my watch back. She couldn't believe it. I mean, I think if somebody had a camera on her, her mouth was open for 5 seconds. She just couldn't believe it. I think everybody was, because it'd be different if it was a watch that slid off or something like that, and that's amazing in itself. But to be able to undo it, pull it through the 2 clasps, and be able to take it off your wrist without you even knowing it, that's magic.
Do you think his ability to practice something so well in doing magic can translate into football somehow?
Oh, without a doubt. It doesn't matter what you do. Practice is what it's all about. Whether it's on a football field or basketball court or baseball field, in order to be good at anything, you got to practice time and time again, over and over and over. And I think even more so with magic, you got to practice even more, because a lot of times with sports, you have that God-given ability to throw a football or to catch. And yeah, you got to practice to be the best at it. But with magic, you just got to practice over and over and over again.
Of course, with magic, if something goes wrong, everybody knows it's your fault. With football, well, the coaches and teammates might know, but
yeah,
there's the whole team out there.
I think a little bit of both. I think I think he knows that if he does happen to screw up a little bit, he knows how to cover it up and just go around the corner and make you think nothing even happened.
That could trick a team. Okay, well, you know what? I think we've got it there.
Cool.